I'm about to tell you 75 insane facts about Wednesday, going from the hidden details all the way to the funniest behind the scenes moments. So sit back and grab your coffee because this is going to be a long one. During development, Tim Burton was actually approached to direct the original 1991 Addams Family film, but turned it down because he was busy with Batman Returns. Fast forward 3 decades, and Wednesday became his first official TV project. Jenna Ortega choreographed that iconic viral dance herself. But the crazy part is she created it on her first day of having COVID, having 39 degrees fever, and yet it didn't stop her from making one of the most memorable moments in television history. Wednesday is for Jenna, one of the 2 projects she had the opportunity to work on under Tim Burton. The second one is Betelgeuse. The entire season 1 was filmed over 8 months in Romania, from September 2021 to March 2022, and the cast had to deal with broken boilers the entire time, meaning cold showers for everyone. Marilyn Thornhill originally was supposed to be played by Thora Birch, but she had to drop out at the last minute. Ricci had to rush in and do all her green screen work on short notice. Jenna Ortega deliberately never blinked during dialogue. She would only blink between takes when off camera. Fred Armisen actually shaved his head to play Uncle Fester. Meanwhile, Owen Painter spent 10 hours daily applying Slurp zombie makeup, making it nearly impossible for him to eat or drink while filming. The Thing isn't just CGI magic. The character is actually played by magician Victor Dorobantu, who wore a full blue bodysuit with a prosthetic nub on his wrist. But here's something disturbing about Thing's production. When he needed to run in scenes, the team used a cart to make his movement look more natural. During the Yago Tower scene where Thing tries to save Enid, Victor actually performed while real knives were falling around him. The show's murder count is absolutely insane. Tyler in his Hyde form is responsible for 13 confirmed kills throughout the series. Rowan, Dr. Kinbutt, 4 police officers, and the list goes on. But that's nothing compared to the historical death toll. Joseph Crackstone's genocidal crusade resulted in thousands, possibly millions of outcast deaths. He burned 50 people alive in a barn, including Goody Adams. The series' total estimated death count exceeds 1 million. Wednesday in the entire show almost dies 13 times, including 4 near-death moments in season 1 finale, being trapped in Chet LaTroy house, getting almost smashed by falling gargoyle, being almost burned and buried alive, and so on. At the end of season 2 finale, Agnes tells Wednesday that Enid has been spotted as a werewolf near the Canadian border, and this is exactly where she's going in the final scene. Goody Adams is the strongest character in the entire show. She mastered witchcraft to the point where she created her own book of spells containing rituals, dark magic, and supernatural techniques that no one else could replicate. She was so skilled in witchcraft that she was able to lay a curse on Crackstone's soul as revenge for his genocidal crusade, and that curse lasted for centuries. When Wednesday cried those black tears because of her powers, the production team originally wanted to use actual black dye, but it was too messy, so they applied the tears as tiny black drops that ran down her face instead. The school in the show is called Nevermore Academy, named after Edgar Allan Poe's famous poem, The Raven, and Poe himself is mentioned as an alumnus. The entire aesthetic is built on Gothic literature references. Wednesday releases piranhas on the water polo team, while the song No I Don't Regret Anything plays. The music choice is absolutely perfect for her character. In season 2, we saw Wednesday and Enid switch bodies. When Wednesday wolfed out in Enid's body, she had yellow eyes and black fur. But when Enid transformed later, her wolf looked completely different. Fans believe Wednesday kept some of Enid's powers even after switching back. For Tyler's Hyde transformation scenes, they didn't just use CGI. An actor wore a motion capture suit and actually wore stilts to reach the right height. When Wednesday gets thrown against a tree in season 1, that was real too. They rigged Jenna up to wires and literally threw her into the tree. The password to enter the Nightshade lair is 2 snaps, which is a direct reference to the classic Addams Family theme song. Wednesday's dorm is called Ophelia Hall, named after Morticia's sister from the original TV series. Thing uses various hand communication methods including ASL alphabet, scuba diving signals, and Marine Corps hand signs. Victor Dorobantu had to learn all of these for the role. Tim Burton himself voiced the parrot at Willow Hill. Grandmama in this show is Morticia's mother, but in the 90s films, she was Gomez's mother. They changed it back to honor the original comics where Grandmama was always Morticia's mom. Fester mentions being a big fan of child labor in season 2.
I'm a big fan of child labor.
This was a reference to how the original Fester actor started the Coogan Act, which protects child actors by requiring 15% of their earnings be set aside until they turn 18. During the bloopers bloopers from Boat Race, some actors actually fell into the water while filming, and Jenna accidentally threw a flashlight directly at Emma Myers' head during the window escape scene. Oops. At the end of season 2, when Wednesday saves Tyler and he asks why, she says, "I missed." That line was never in the original script. Jenna Ortega improvised it on the spot, and Tim Burton loved it so much he kept it in. Have you ever wondered why Tyler didn't save Wednesday when Isaac buried her? Look at his face. He's clearly unhappy. Fans believe Tyler sensed that Agnes was invisible nearby and would dig Wednesday out after he left. He had to pretend not to care to save time rushing to his mother. When Wednesday escapes therapy, they use a stunt double climbing a real drain pipe. For the Founders Pyre scene, they built a real base for the wooden bird, but the bird itself was CGI. Professor Orloff's head scenes used a 360-degree camera, then played the footage in a capture booth so Christopher Lloyd could see the actors and react as if he were actually on set. When Jenna's stunt double Jenny Umpao was thrown into the grave for the burial scene, she ate a mouthful of sand and debris during rehearsal. The dead dance scene used a dancer in a blue costume for the parts where Agnes became invisible. The episode where Morticia burns Goody's book of spells has a hidden detail. Her face looks shocked right after setting it on fire. Some fans think she regretted it, but others believe she threw in a fake book. The real book might still exist, possibly protected by an indestructible spell. When Fester gets arrested and eats a cactus in season 2, that was also a callback to when he ate a cactus in the original show. This also highlights Uncle Fester's incredible pain tolerance. He can eat cactus with the appetite and getting jolted in the head while keeping a smile on his face the entire time. Tyler had multiple chances to kill Wednesday, but always held back. Hides are supposed not to control their emotions in beast form. Fans theorize Wednesday might actually be Tyler's real master, not Thornhill. A Hyde can't kill their master, which explains everything. Wednesday back then at 5 years old was driving as an Uber for Uncle Fester during bank robberies. In episode Wednesday's Child is Full of Woe, Enid asked Wednesday if she really killed a student in the previous school. She answered that it was 2, not just 1. We can guess that they are talking about this opening scene of the series. Jenna Ortega decided to delete one of the scenes from season 2 where she was trying to kill Pugsley turned into the stone.
Initially there was a scene where I walked by Pugsley and Eugene and they had been stoned by a Gorgon, and I was gonna walk by and call them amateurs, but I didn't want to call them an amateur, so I went, and on the day I think I shoved Pugsley over, and when you push over a statue like that and they crack, he would die. He's dead.
Georgie Farmer loves to sing alone in his tent. Emma Myers, Evie Templeton performed the Dead Dance together on Lady Gaga concert. Enid was ghosting Ajax for the whole summer before she cheated on him with Bruno. Emma and Evie, while practicing the dance to the show, had to do it off music because creators didn't want song to be leaked. While many stunts were handled by doubles, Jenna Ortega actually performed the zipline stunt herself from episode 3. That's the one that gave her team the victory in the competition. There's a moment in episode 3 that will please fans of The Shining. Slurp grabs an axe and uses it to break a bathroom stall door where Gomez is showering. Then he peeks his head through the opening, which is straight up Jack Nicholson vibes from that iconic scene. Grandmama Hester's style takes inspiration from Daphne Guinness, hairstyle and all. They really nailed that high fashion eccentric look. Wednesday's attic bedroom was crafted as a tribute to Charles Addams' original New Yorker comics. Subtle details like an octopus sketch at the foot of the bed and a hand-painted dinosaur mural are nods to his signature style. Taking a closer look at Wednesday's room, there's a doll-sized guillotine that holds a dark secret. As a child, Wednesday spent her time decapitating dolls for fun. The song Isadora Capri plays on piano is a piano and orchestral rendition of Zombie by the Cranberries. The interiors of the Iago Clock Tower set was one of the production's largest builds, constructed entirely from steel and equipped with a working elevator. Patient 1938. This number was chosen as a subtle Easter egg referencing 1938, the year Charles Addams first introduced the Addams Family comics in The New Yorker. At the end of episode 4, the stunt where Wednesday crashes out of the window involved clever rigging. The crew built a window horizontally so Jenna could just fall through with gravity's help. A camera trick made it look real, and a high compression rubber road let her land safely. Before Wednesday wakes up from her coma, she's still in her hospital bed with her arms positioned across her chest like a corpse. This is a reference to the way Wednesday sleeps in the 1960s Addams Family series. Ghost Principal Weems starts the second half of Wednesday with 2 snaps, referencing the iconic snaps in the Addams Family intro. Viewers might notice a scar on the back of Wednesday's Wednesday's head in episode 5. It's a deliberate continuity detail carried over from her fall out of the window in the previous episode. The body swap twist is actually teased at the very beginning of episode 6, when Enid is the one narrating before the opening credit.
Admit it. This is the Wednesday Addams you didn't know you needed.
Until now, only Wednesday narrated the show. Something was definitely up. While promoting season 2, Jenna Ortega said the moment she felt most ridiculous on set was filming the body swap episode. We can assume it was the cold open where Enid dances in front of the school while in Wednesday's body. Emma Myers said she was really scared about playing Wednesday and wished she had more time to prep. She used several clips of Ortega's performance to prepare for the swap. The allergy scene with Wednesday was achieved using prosthetics. It took makeup artists about 2 hours each day to get Jenna Ortega fully prepared. Wednesday in Enid's body plays a cello cover of Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. This is basically a follow-up to her season 1 performance of Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. The gala's gondola was mounted on a track hidden underwater in the canal. The water was dyed black to further darken it and hide the rig from cameras. The gala scene needed nearly 400 costumes created specifically for this sequence. The official music video for the Dead Dance was directed by Tim Burton himself, linking the 2 pieces of media beyond the show. For the final fight scene, Painter used a GoPro camera to capture things' point of view. You don't need a camera worth thousands to make something look nice. By the end of season 2, Wednesday had filmed across more than 200 sets. Wednesday in the entire show was smiling for around 1 minute screen time. When Thing was stabbed in season 1, episode 7, she didn't hesitate. She became more determined than ever to find the person who did it and even kill him. When Enid was trapped under Agnes's knives, Wednesday didn't blink. She walked straight into danger to pull her out. You could feel how much it meant to her. And when they switched bodies, her biggest fear was Enid's death. It shows that Wednesday's biggest strength comes from love. Wednesday season 3 is already confirmed and expected as early as mid to late 2027, depending on production starting in early 2026. Similar to season 2, expect a multi-part release schedule. To get the right effect when showing Thing attacking Isaac, Painter repeatedly hit himself in the head during filming. One of Jenna Ortega's hopes for season 3 is that she wants the family to have less conflict, maybe even go abroad for a new mystery. Here's hoping the creators take in some of her input. And finally, for the last fact, only 1% of you are subscribed. What are you waiting for?